Alright guys, so this is the video that I'm going to be working on today. This is what we did in class. I believe it's September 10th, which is Tuesday. Alright. This is the worksheet. Now the reason I'm going to work through this one is because there's both 2x3 matrices and there's 3x3. So I'm going to start with a 2x3. I'm going to show you how to put it into the calculator, and then I'm going to do one 3x3 and show you how to put it into the calculator. Alright, so starting with this, as you can see, I've made this video a few times. You can kind of see the marks on there already. But anyway, so when you are taking a system of equations and putting it into matrices, there's a few things you have to do, okay? You have to have your variables in order, first of all. You need all the m's, you need all the n's, you need all the numbers, you need all the x's. If you look at number 3 below here, you need all the x's, all the y's, all the z's, then all the numbers. Actually, then all the equal signs, then all the numbers. You need everything in order. So notice here it's m's, n's, equal signs, numbers. So once you have that, then you can start making your matrix. And the matrix is as easy as putting all the numbers in that are connected to the variables, all the coefficients, and then also what they equal. So I'll start off with what they equal. So you can see both equal -14 and the other one equals 11. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put all the coefficients in here. So I've got 3m, I have 4n, I have -2m, I have -3n. And then also with whatever variables on the furthest left, you start that at the top right here. Okay, so you have m, and then you have n. And then what is actually happening is when you multiply two matrices like this one is actually turning. It's going to be hard to see this, but it turns from here and it sets up on top like that. Okay, so the m is going to be right here. Oops, the m is going to be right here, and the n is going to be right here, and that's where we get that. So look, again, 3m, -2m, 4n, -3n, and look up here. That's what that is. Okay, so that's how you multiply matrices. All right. So now let's go ahead and focus on putting this into the calculator. Now when we put it into the calculator, we're going to disregard that m and that n. Okay, so let me go ahead and zoom out some so we can kind of see everything in one picture right here. Alright, that looks pretty good. So here's the calculator. We're going to go ahead and press second. Matrix is right here. You're going to move over to edit, and we're going to edit our own matrix. We're going to create a matrix. Alright, edit matrix A. Now this is a 2x3 matrix, so notice we have 2 rows, so 1, 2 by 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. So here's 1, 2 equations, 1, 2 by 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. So we have 2 variables and 1 equal sign. Or and 1 equals. Alright. So now if we're going to enter into this matrix, let's go ahead, and I'm going to mess all these up real quick just so you can watch me enter them. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the numbers into the matrix. So I have a 3, 4, -14, -2, -3, and 11. So you can see right here, 3, 4, -14, -2, -3, and 11. We enter that into the matrix. Go ahead and quit. So we've created our matrix. Now we can quit, close out of that. Now press second matrix, and here's where the calculating happens. Go over to math, scroll up until you get to RREF. Press enter, select that. Now it's saying the RREF, which is reduced row echelon form. You guys don't need to know that, but it's the RREF of what right now? We need to make sure we put matrix A in there. Okay, so that's the matrix we just created. And once we do that, press enter, and it should give you your answer. So this means pretty much that m, which is on top, so notice right here, m is on top. So m is going to equal 2, n is going to equal -5. Now I'm going to try my best to explain this, but I can't really write on anything right here. So you see this 1, 0, and 0, 1? As long as you have 1s going across that main diagonal, that's exactly what you're looking for. 1s going across the main diagonal and everything else as 0s. Okay? So that's exactly what you're looking for. If you have something else, then something's messed up. It pretty much means that there's either no solution, or it means that there's infinitely many solutions. All right? So, but if you have ones across that main diagonal, zeros everywhere else, then in the same order that it's written on your paper, so right here you have m and then n, those are your answers. So m equals 2, n equals -5. And you could go ahead and write that right outside of here. So m equals, what was it, 2, n equals -5. Now let's go ahead and do a 3 by 3. I'll do the one, actually, let me go ahead and do this one. I like this one a lot because it's confusing. Remember how I was saying that everything needs to be lined up. All your x's, all your y's, all your z's, all your equal signs, all your numbers. Everything has to be lined up. So if you look at number 5, if we're going to line things up, we need to know how many variables we have. Well, we have x's, we have y's, and we have z's. So if we have x's, y's, and z's, that means we need to have at least 4 columns. So we have x, y's, z's, and for our equal signs. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite these equations. So I should have x plus 2y. Now I don't have any z's on that first equation, so I'm going to write plus 0z, because when we enter that into our matrices, we need something to hold that place value for z. All right? And that's going to equal -4. On the next one, we're going to have -2. We don't have any y's, so 0y. -2x plus 0y plus 4z equals 0. And then on the following one, you're going to have no x's. 0x plus 3y minus 2z equals -11. So notice this is how you set it up. I have 0 z's, make sure you put 0 z's there. If you have no y's, make sure you put no y's there. If you have no x's, make sure you put no x's there. And the reason is, look, all of our x's line up, all of our y's line up, all of our z's line up, and then all of our equal signs and numbers line up. Now let me show you, using the equations we just wrote, how to enter that into your calculator. So I'm going to move where the equations we just wrote are on the edge of the screen, and we're going to look at our calculator. Alright, so how many rows do we have? Well, we have 3 rows. 1, 2, 3 rows. And then how many columns do we have? We have 4 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So when we enter in our matrix, we need to edit, and it needs to be a 3 by 4. Remember, we have 3 rows by 4 columns. So 3 by 4. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and enter the numbers in here. So how many x's do I have in that first equation? I have 1x. Okay. How many y's do I have in this first equation? I have 2 y's. How many z's do I have? Now we can see why we wrote 0 z's. I have 0 z's, and you put a 0 there. What does it equal? -4. Okay. Again, how many x's? -2. How many y's? 0 y's. How many z's? 4 z's. How many, what does it equal to? 0. Again, how many x's? 0. That's why we write it like that, okay? 3, -2, -11. Alright, so now that we've done it, second quit, second matrix, go to math. This is what we're going to solve it with. The RREF. Okay, second matrix. This is the matrix we just created, A. Put it in there and solve it. So it says that our x, which is, if we look at our far left, our x is 2, our y is -3, our z is going to be 1. Alright, so those are our answers. So I can write, let's see, just so we can keep the calculator in the screen. Notice again, we have the negative, or the ones across the main diagonal, zeros everywhere else, so we're good to go. So it was x equals 2, y equals -3, and z equals 1. Okay. All right. So hopefully that helped you guys, and thank you for watching.